team are actively trying to sabotage me. It's like a heist, and the thing they're stealing is my actual joy. Like Deontay.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack. Read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it. That's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like a law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Lance laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm betting on myself. Count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sing my shit like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I can panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, overfolding like origami? I want the walk. I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did this happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So likely a 3-and-out on their opening drive. That's not a good omen for a team that's lost 3 straight games.
Too many threes that you're mentioning right there. That's a number they've got to get off of. And the big risk you're running right now is discouragement amongst the ranks. How do you keep them up? How do you keep them motivated? They've got to dial up something to give themselves some confidence.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
On the ready. Right, 97. Ready?
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. That's swung out to Mostert. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Come on, 38.
They'll try it now with Mostert. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more. This time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Tua going to run again. A pitch out to Mostert. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Good, 52. Ready?
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa.
It was good shit, man. That was good defense. That was a good punt return. That was a good-ass drive. And it was a good-ass option. That was some good shit.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that he got into his head a little bit.
From the 36, Tua. He's going to let this one go deep. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Giants are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they followed him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And some room to work. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
Defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down, plus there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone, and if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. On the move to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, that's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jones. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. The Giants at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. On 1st and 10, Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. And the slot man goes in motion left. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he goes out right around the 39. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 39, Tua. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Tua now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run with Mostert off the option. Gets past one man and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Let's go.
On first down, Tagovailoa. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. And they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 144 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Play action, now it's Tua. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Right, 97.
Now Mostert off the read option. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On the set.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
38. 52 blaster. Green jack.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
On second and a long way to go. Tua, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after it. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And this offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them. But we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers quickly.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Boy, 208 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4. They could still get a 1st down without scoring. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now this time, Tua is going to throw it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Azeez Ojulari, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Darnay Holmes makes the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, 217 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Room here to run. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines. And
he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And my goodness, another interception. picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go, set.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They run with Mostert off the option, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Clock 10. Hey, check mega.
In motion, Hill. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Dancing to his left. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I ain't got no motherfucking playmakers, man. How many times have I been right there on top of the ball, man?
With 2 remaining, we'll be back after this.
No playmakers. Good game.
That ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Throwing throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go.
Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so.